At the beginning of this year, I told my sister that I was going to walk 10,000 steps or more for the whole year. So I was going to have a 365-day streak of 10K steps or more. I absolutely am walking consistently, but spoiler alert, I am not going to make the goal of 365 out of 365, but I am still feeling good. We are still making progress, fam. Okay. My sister, my mom, and I, we use this app called Pacer, where we join little challenge groups, and every single week we have 10 people in a group where we're walking and we push each other to walk more based on what other people are doing. So this is something that we started doing last year, and I walked more last year for sure, but I definitely was not consistent with it. And for this year, I did the word of the year. My word of the year is execute. Part of my execution is just being consistent. And so one thing that I took up was being consistent with walking. And I'm super excited to say that today I am on a 90-day streak. So out of the whole year, we have gone through 93 days and I have walked at least 10,000 steps for 90 of those days. It's really exciting. What is one thing that you are excited that you have been doing consistently in the last 3 months? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear what it is. I'm not going to tell you that every single day I'm excited to walk, because that's not true. Sometimes I wake up and I'm just feeling lazy. I'm just not into it. I want to just bum around the house and not go out and walk. But what I started to notice recently is that as long as I step out and I just move, I end up walking my same route. When I don't feel like walking, I just say, okay, it's fine. Just go out and just do a quick 5-10 minutes and then come back and get along with your day. But once I actually start walking, without even thinking about it, I start just doing my regular route. And once I look up, I'm halfway through and I end up doing the full 40-minute walk that I normally do. One of the books that I read last year that had a huge impact is Atomic Habits. And in that book, the author talked about this trick where he said, if you don't feel like doing something, just go out and do it for a minute. If you don't want to read, commit to reading one page. And once you start doing it, you actually will do more. And I honestly thought it was kind of BS, but I am starting to see that, hey, this thing is actually real. The great thing about the walking is that it just helps me to clear my mind, start my day with action, breathe in some fresh air, and it just helps me to set up my day in a positive light. But the biggest thing for me is that with the habit, I just do it automatically now. And with that one habit in place, it sets me up to stack on additional habits that make my day better. Me realizing how now I just walk out and I do my walk automatically relates back to one of the things that I shared with participants in my most recent workshop. I hosted my first live workshop, which is called 10 Minutes to Profit, where I walked through step by step how to look at a 2, 3, or 4 family house that you want to live in and how to simplify the math so you can figure out whether or not this house is going to make you money or lose you money. There are all kinds of methods that I have seen before, but it's really just geared towards investors. And in my workshop, it's really focused on regular people that want to buy a multifamily and also improve their financial situation. One of my parting messages in the workshop was that in order for you to actually make this work, you have to take action. And you have to take action of actually looking at properties every single day in order to start seeing patterns on what type of building do you consistently see is actually churning out a profit when you run your numbers. And I do this myself. When I go on my walks, when I see a house that is on sale, I look up that house immediately. And what I want to see is how much is that house selling for? How many bedrooms is it? How many bathrooms? Is there a garage? Is there a yard? Is there a fence? And then I also check to see what did it actually sell for. And now when I look up a house, I don't even have to do the math on it. I can just look at it and tell whether or not it's a deal or whether or not it is not a deal. A big question that came up in the workshop was, how do I find a deal, especially if I live in an expensive market? And the reality is you find deals by doing these analysis regularly, because then your mind is going to be able to identify the deal immediately. So it's not about what is a deal, it's about putting in the practice, putting in the reps so you can actually identify an opportunity. Deals are not hiding anywhere, they are in plain sight. It just depends on who is looking at the property and what opportunities they are seeing in that particular house. Being able to find those opportunities comes down to the habits that you're putting in when it comes to finding that multifamily house. I'm going to give you the same advice that I shared in my 10 Minutes to Profit workshop. Start looking at a property every single day. Start doing some math to see whether or not it would be profitable. And the more that you do that, the easier it will be for you to identify an opportunity and create a deal for yourself. I'll leave the link for the workshop in the comments if you are interested in watching the replay. Now, when I bought my first multifamily house, I had no idea what mistakes I should avoid, and so I don't want that to be used. Make sure you check out this video right here where I walk through a few mistakes you do not want to make as you are buying your first multifamily property.